So I was just curious one day. So I went on YouTube and I looked up Australian football, footy, because Australians talk like 4-year-olds for some reason. Brecky, footy, sunnies. Um, you know, I don't know why. But anyway, footy. So I checked it out on YouTube and turns out that Fox Sports 2, FS2, covers it. So I was like, all right, sign me up. So I went into YouTube TV and I said, just record all the footy games. So I started watching footy. I guess the season started a couple weeks ago and I'm hooked. I'm hooked already. Couple things I don't know a whole lot about the game, but I am hooked. Couple things I noticed right away. One, it's very clear why there are so many Australian punters playing on college football teams and some in the pros because these guys are really, really good at catching the ball, uh, an oblong ball. It's more like a watermelon. It's got rounded edges in footy. The footy does. The thing itself is called a footy. The sport is called footy. It's footy. Anyway, so even though the American football is a little bit more pointed, they're real good at catching oblong balls and dropping them and kicking them out of the air. And I mean real good. The accuracy and distance that these guys get. I mean, they can kick it 60 yards and hit a guy like right in the chest, no problem. And they'll do this while they're running. Like the skill involved in this game is really impressive. And that was the first thing that struck me. The second thing was there's a lot of white dudes out there, like jacked white dudes, very butch. And America, oddly enough, does not have anything like that. The closest we have is the NFL, but that's mostly black guys. I mean, and the white guys that play. So all the guys in Australia in footy, they're like 5'10" to 6'2" is probably like the sweet spot. Some are taller, some are shorter, but for the most part, they've all fallen there. But they're like jacked and fit. Like these guys run as much as soccer players, but they're strong, like you know Cooper DeJean or Cooper Cup, like NFL white guys. Typically the white guys in the NFL are big, 6'5", 300-pound linemen, or they're just 6'4", 250 linebackers, or they're quarterbacks, 6'4", 250 quarterback. You don't have too many guys running around, you know. There are exceptions, of course, Cooper DeJean and Cooper Cup, all the Coopers. But for the most part, you don't have it. And, hockey players are pretty jacked as well. They're pretty fit, but that's a very, very small population of American players, even though the U.S. hockey team is the greatest hockey team in the world now, which can't believe we won, but I'll take it. Love that. Anyway, so you don't really have a sport where there's a lot of white dudes that are really fit. Like tons of dudes go to the gym. Like there's tons of bro dudes out there, tons of gym bros out there, but there's no sport for them really. Golfers, tennis players, they're pretty slightly built. Not too many white dudes in the NBA, exceptions, of course, but it's just weird, like CrossFit would be the natural sport, but even CrossFit guys, like the guys that are good at it, aren't that big. Like you rarely see a dude in the CrossFit finals that's over 6 feet. Rich Froning, who won it like 3 years in a row, CrossFit Games, he's like 5'8", 5'9", 175 pounds, just a little guy. He could pick up 400 pounds and throw it over his head, no problem. I mean, the dude's a human bicep, but it's weird. And there's like 20 players on the team. I honestly don't know how many players are out there, but there's a lot. And, there's men of color, of course. It's not like exclusive or anything, but for the most part, they're white dudes. They got the mullets, got the mows. They're Australian white dudes. I know there's a lot of them, and they're jacked. So the field, too. I don't know if it's called a field or a pitch or what it's called, but it is huge and it's round, which is weird. It's as long or as big as a football field. So imagine if a football field was round, and that's a footy field. And then you got I guess it would be 4 poles on either end. So you got two tall ones in the middle. And if you get it between those, that's 6 points. I don't know what it's called. And if you get one, on the outsides between the tall poles and the short poles, I think that's called a behind, and that's 1 point. So if you get whatever it is, try, I don't know even know what it is. If you kick it between the high poles, this dude in the yellow shirt comes out and he goes, he's very serious about it too. He's like, there's also like 25 officials out on the field, all wearing yellow shirts. Sometimes they have to like chuck the ball in. So they get this watermelon thing and they're just like, whoo, as high and as far as they can. They chuck it. Whoa, I don't know what my camera decided to do right there. Anyway, it's super fun. And like anytime like somebody kicks the ball to another dude and he catches it, the whistle blows. It's like the whistle is blowing a lot. It can be, I think we can pare that down a little bit. It gets annoying after a while. But yeah, man, I haven't figured out who I'm going to root for. Uh, the Brisbane Lions are the two-time premiership. They don't say champions; they say premiership winners. I don't know. It's weird. They have a premier, not a whatever the equivalent of the Super Bowl is. It's at the G, so it's like this big stadium. They get big crowds at these things because it's such a big field and it's round. I mean, it all looks like Apple headquarters. Like all the stadiums are just big and round, but they get over 80,000 people in there. And for the premiership, they get like 100,000 people. So very exciting. Don't know if I'm going to go with the Brisbane Lions. That would seem the natural choice for somebody who's just learning about the league and wants to, jump on the bandwagon of the best one. But the Goldie Cats or the Goldie Suns are looking pretty good. Gold Coast Suns. And you got the Western Bulldogs. You got, I don't know. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm super addicted to this new sport. I think that most of the games come out on a Sunday, so I already watched all the games for the week, if they're called games. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, footy. I'm hooked. What are you gonna do? Like I need another sport to follow, right? But it's fall in Australia, so they're just now heading into their cooler season. If it gets cool in Australia, I think it's pretty hot most of the time. It's like Florida, the entire country of Florida, except not Florida. Anyway, footy. I'm in. Peace out.